In this episode, I want to talk about how to manage all the complexity of running an Amazon FBA business without getting overwhelmed. Running an Amazon FBA business can feel like juggling 10 flaming torches while riding a bike uphill. One wrong move and everything crashes. And if you've ever felt like inventory, spreadsheet, ad campaign, supplier, email, customer messaging are pulling you in a 100 directions, this episode is for you. Because here's the truth, most sellers quit not because FBA doesn't work or is not profitable, but because of the complexity tend to wear them down. And today I'm going to break down exactly how you can manage all the moving parts of your business without losing focus, without burning out, and without feeling like Amazon owns every minute of your life. So stick around until the very end, because the last system I'm going to share is the golden nugget that changed everything for me. It turned my workflow from reactive chaos into a calm, predictable rhythm. You don't want to miss it. Let's get real for a second. Running an FBA business is not just about picking a product and shipping it off. That's the easy part. The hard part is everything that happens after you launch. Here are some of the pain points sellers run into. Inventory goes out of stock because you didn't reorder on time. Ads eat up profit because you can't keep track of what is working and what is not working. Customer messages pile up and you start missing important ones. At times, messages do skip through the crack to you to deal with directly, even if we say, oh, Amazon is going to handle your customer service when you are using FBA. Your supplier sends an email at 3 a.m. and now your entire day is thrown off. You spend so much time in Seller Central that you feel like you work for Amazon instead of the other way around. Sound familiar? If so, you are not alone. The complexity sneaks up on almost every seller at some point. And the scary part is the bigger your business grows, the more chaotic it gets, unless you build a system to manage it. Definitely, as you grow, you're going to have hire to help you, as one man cannot build an empire. The first step is a mindset shift. When most sellers start, they operate like employees in their own business. They do everything themselves: product research, ad setup, email, inventory tracking. It feels manageable at first, but it doesn't scale. The shift is from being an operator to becoming an architect. An operator asks, how do I get this done today? An architect asks, how do I design a system so this gets done every day without me losing sleep? And here's a practical example. Instead of manually checking inventory every morning, you create a simple reorder alert system, a basic spreadsheet formula. Now the system tells you when to reorder and you never have stress about running out of inventory again. This mindset shift is the foundation. Without it, everything else we're about to cover falls apart. The second step is to create what I call a weekly operating rhythm. Think of it like a schedule that keeps you proactive instead of reactive. And here's a simple framework. On a Monday, review inventory and shipments. Tuesday, audit ad campaigns and budgets. Wednesday, work on listings, new copy, images, optimization. Thursday, communication and future product planning. Friday, finance checking, profit, expense. Hey, real quick, if you are getting value from this content, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It literally takes 2 seconds and it helps more people discover this video, and I really appreciate it. Now I know a lot of you are trying to figure out what product to sell online, and honestly, that's the make or break decision of any e-commerce business. After 15 plus years in this game, I have cracked the code on which product category consistently perform. So I created a free resource called 50 Daily Sales. It's a cheat sheet that reveals 10 product categories that are selling 50 plus units every single day. These are not random products I picked. These are proven categories I've personally seen generate serious revenue. Look, you can spend months guessing and testing, or you can shortcut the process with what is already working. Just click on the link in the description or in the comments below and enter your name and email, and you get the cheat sheet immediately. It's completely free and it could literally change your business. Grab that now and let's get back to the content. Cash flow. This reading gives structure to your week instead of opening your laptop and asking, what fire am I putting out today? You already know what your focus is. Overwhelm often comes from lack of structure, not from the actual workload. And here is a reality check. Not every task in your FBA business matters equally. The 80-20 rule says 80% of result comes from 20% of action. For Amazon seller, that 20% usually boils down to three things: keeping bestsellers in stock, running profitable ad campaigns, improving listings to convert more traffic. Everything else is secondary. Yes, it's important to actually optimize backend keywords or tweak packaging, but if you are drowning in complexity, those things can wait. Some of those things are actually set and forget. Focus first on the levers that drive sales and profit, things that moves the needle in the business. I know sellers who spend hours redesigning their logo but completely ignore the fact that their main product is about to go out of stock. That's like polishing the rims of your car while the engine is overheating. Get the big levers right first before anything else. One of the biggest myths in the Amazon FBA community is that you have to wait until you're making six figures before you outsource. That's not true. Delegation can start small. Hire a virtual assistant for just 5 hours a week to handle repetitive tasks like responding to standard customer message, updating tracking number if you're doing FBA, and that's 5 hours of mental energy you get back to focus on growth. Think about it. The more brain power you waste on small tasks, the less you have for the strategic decisions that actually moves the needle. Successful sellers understand this early, and it's one of the main reasons they scale while others start. This next one is big. Most overwhelmed sellers rely on endless to-do list. The problem is a to-do list tells you what needs to be done, but not whether your business is actually healthy. Dashboard change that. A dashboard is a simple set of numbers you check regularly that tells you the state of your business at a glance. And here's an example of what might be on your weekly dashboard. You sold per day for your top product, current inventory day left, ad spend versus ad sales, net profit for the week. That's it. 4 numbers. If they are healthy, you can relax. If one is off, you know exactly where to focus. This dashboard will turn chaos into clarity. Finally, automation is your friend. There are tools for almost everything in FBA. Inventory alert, automated emails to customers, bid management for ads, financial tracking synced directly to Seller Central. The trick is to automate repeatable processes, not judgment calls. Less software handles alert, reminders, and report. Save your brain for strategy, creativity, and decision making. Here's why this matters. Every process you automate is one less decision you need to make in a day. And decision fatigue is one of the biggest causes of seller burnout. All right, here's the golden nugget, I promise. The most important system I've ever implemented is what I call the reset. Every Friday, I spend 30 minutes doing a reset. That means clearing out emails and messages, updating my dashboard, reviewing wins and problems from the week, setting 3 priorities for the next week. This simple ritual keeps me from carrying stress into the weekend. It also means I start Monday with clarity instead of overwhelm. It sounds small, but it's a game changer. So let's recap. Managing an FBA business without getting overwhelmed comes down to 6 steps. Shift your mindset from operator to an architect. Create a weekly operating rhythm. You focus on the 20% of action that drives result. Delegate early, even if it's just a few hours a week. Use dashboard instead of endless to-do list. Automate wherever possible. And don't forget the reset system. That's a habit that ties it all together. If this episode gave you clarity, hit subscribe so you never miss future episode. Drop a comment below sharing the system you're going to try first. I read everyone, and check the links in the description for resources and tools I personally use to keep my own FBA business running smoothly. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.